Good morning, YouTube. I had this video recorded last night. Had it all ready to go, just needed to edit it. And then I get it edited, and then I needed to clear storage space in order for it to save to my phone to upload to YouTube. But in clearing storage space, I thought I was deleting a different video, but accidentally deleted the one that was going up. And so, since the file wasn't there, I couldn't upload the edited version of it. So I'm redoing it again. As much as I felt like I didn't want to, I decided I need to push through. I need to get stuff done, and I want to do this video because it's important. Also, as you can see, I colored my hair. It didn't work out the way I wanted. The sides were supposed to be yellow, but the red bled into this side a lot and a little bit into this side, so they kind of look crappy, and I almost want to change them to something else. This is green. It's supposed to be green and Christmassy, but it came out like a darker blue because this was in longer than the red. But, still looks okay, I think. Still looks nice. Anyway, enough about my hair. This video is about my grandpa. Because today would have been his 85th birthday. Unfortunately, he died of cancer, and I cannot recall which one it was. I know, he had a cancer before that he fought off and was fine, and then he got, which that one was pancreatic cancer, then he got another one, the name escapes me on, which is really sad. I was only 11 years old, and he died December 22nd, 2012. He died 3 days before Christmas, which is why it's such a fascinating thing that I love Christmas so much. I will get to that in another video, though. That's in another vlog. I didn't mean to have this many vlogs, but hey, it works, and it's something I want to do. So, because I don't remember much about him, because I was an angry, unappreciative child at that age, I had my mom write down some stories that she knew of. She didn't put too much detail into them. She just wrote a few vague ones. But she wrote them as if I was saying them. It's like when she says, when she wrote my grandpa, she meant me saying that. So without further ado, I'm going to share some stories. First one is my grandpa shared a time when he was in 3rd grade. At his lunchtime, he had to go home and take care of his mom. He had to change her bedpan and make her lunch and his. So, on top of school, he had to take care of his mother at lunch, which must have been hard. I can imagine that would be very difficult. That would have been really difficult for me to do at that age, especially with how stupid I was. Another story was about his sister, who was 8 years older than him. And basically, when they were young, she would tie him to a tree, sitting him on top of an anthill, which I think I actually recall hearing that story from him when he told it. So, she would tie him to a tree, sitting him on top of an anthill, and to get back at her, he would cut cardboard with a really squeaky knife. Which is fun little sibling stories. And in their later years, as my mother wrote, they were great siblings, loving each other greatly. he also talked about living in Beaverton during the Great Columbus Day storm of the year 1962, October 12th, with winds of 170 miles per hour. And he was making his way out to Salem to see his sister's house, where his mom and dad lived, and there were trees down and items blowing around that typically didn't blow around, like a heavy metal sign that was at a gas station, which, if I'm correct, I'm pretty sure that means like the really big ones. So I mean, like, imagine a big Arco sign blowing around. My hair is being emo today, and it looks that way because the blue-green looks almost black. But yeah, it's being extremely emo today. Apologies. Okay, moving on from my hair. This is not about my hair, as fabulous as it looks. So, yeah, giant metal signs. Like, could you imagine winds of 170 miles per hour? Like, I mean, it's enough wind to just sticking your head out the car going like 60. So, the idiot camera fell over. How unfortunate. But yeah, I mean, that sounds nuts. Okay. A lot of little stories. Not a lot of time. A story my aunt told me regarding Grandpa was, I'm assuming this would be my aunt that's still alive, was how much he liked checklists and timelines, and on the first camping trip as a family, he ended up throwing out the checklist and timeline. I'm probably not telling them the best either, but I'm doing my best here. I don't remember much about him, unfortunately, which is why I had my mother write the stories. The most I remember of him is what he looked like and his laugh. So, moving on to the next story. Grandpa shared about a time when he traveled from Beaverton to the coast. He did it hitchhiking, and this was at a time when it was fairly safe to do so. He said he really enjoyed the journey. Would have been nice if she included more detail, if she could remember it. But anyway, on my grandpa's 50th birthday in 1985, it snowed, and a bagpiper was arranged to come play for his birthday, and thankfully, the bagpiper ended up being able to get to the house, but he had to play inside the house, and it was loud but awesome, which is really cool, because my grandpa really liked bagpipes for some reason, don't know why. That was his kind of music. He really liked bagpipes. And what's also cool is this reminds me that last year was the first time it snowed on his birthday since that day in 85. So 85 it snowed on his birthday, and then it didn't snow ever on his birthday until last year. So that's kind of cool, because I remember my mom mentioning that when it snowed that day last year. And unfortunately, that year I had totally forgotten what day my grandpa's birthday was. Another story is my grandpa and my mom would go hunting and fishing. And one of the times, it rained so much that they had to spend most of the time in the camper, eating Pop-Tarts and playing cards. And it was a great time, according to my mother. That sounds really fun. And stuff like that makes me wish he could have still been here, or I could have gone into growing up to my better self. There's a lot of parts of me that are better and worse. Yeah, in this growing time. My grandpa also served in the army, and he was a radio operator and had a tour in Germany, which sounds awesome because I've never been anywhere. I don't know if I'd really want to go to Germany. I keep looking away from the camera. I'm sorry, I'm right here. I don't know if I'd want to go to Germany, but I definitely want to go places. I want to go to Ireland, yes, because of Jacksepticeye, but because it also sounds really, really cool. Jacksepticeye just opened up my eyes to how wonderful Irishness can be, because I never noticed it, of course, until I watched him. It's not all because of him. I just found it fascinating by discovering it from watching him. I want to go somewhere that's like a huge culture shock. Like, you just go there and you're like, oh, I'm not anywhere remotely near my normal setting in this place. I really want to do that. And I gotta move on. My grandpa graduated from high school, and he also graduated from Oregon State University College, which is where my cousin is currently attending. Probably because he's a Beaver fan, and also because he knew my grandpa attended there. So, speaking of the devil, my grandpa used to watch my cousin. I do remember being told this, so this one I do remember. My grandpa used to watch my cousin and I while my aunt and my mom were at their jobs. And specifically, my mom would call home on her breaks and stuff when she was at work to see what was going on with my cousin and I. And I specifically remember the only story that my mom recalls from the times of calling, which is that this was probably my idea, but my cousin and I decided that the living room floor was the ocean, and we thought it'd be fun to swim in the ocean naked, because that's what children do. They like to be naked. Yeah, I think that was probably fun. I went to my grandparents a lot, but that story was before the times I remember going there. The other thing was my grandpa. One thing I have of his, besides when he died, my grandma gave me his wallet. The other thing I have that he gave to me was a lava lamp, because sometimes I would have to, on the nights that my mom would work late, I would have to spend the night at my grandma and grandpa's. And I always wanted, like, every single light on, like, light up the whole room I was staying in. But my grandparents very much knew that, like, hey, having too much light all the time is bad for your body and growing and stuff. So my grandpa just got me the nightlight, the lava lamp as a nightlight, which I still have. I need to change out the bulb because it busted. It literally just, my mom turned it on and the light bulb combusted. But I still have something that he gave me. So, that was really cool. But I never knew him well because I was not very appreciative at that age. So, I definitely need to say that you should appreciate every person in your life. Unless they're like really bad person for you. If they're a really bad person, don't appreciate them. Cut them out or something. But for the good people in your life, you definitely want to appreciate them, even if they can be annoying sometimes. you still gotta appreciate them, because you never know when they'll be gone and you won't be able to make memories with them. Okay, so I gotta end this video, and then I gotta edit it real quick to make sure it still goes up on time-ish today. And then I got a bunch of other stuff to do, which is frustrating. I hope you all have a lovely, happy, hippie day. I hope this was a very entertaining video and shed some light on my family. My mother keeps coming out of her room and interrupting me. But yes, I have many things to do. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it shed some light on my life and how I used to be a little piece of shit, and I'm still a piece of shit, but I'm a better piece of shit than I used to be. So I hope you all have a lovely, happy, hippie day. Spread peace and love and joy and appreciation to every good person you know. Even if you don't feel like you totally appreciate them right now, still do it anyway. Spread the love. Peace and love to all. Goodbye.